Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Monday Market Coin Report. All right, so a great way to start out your work week. I'm happy to say that through the 4th of July weekend, there's no denying the coin market is hot stuff right now. As a matter of fact, we're beginning to see more of what I consider to be the ultra-modern age of coins re-emerging into the marketplace. And typically I would classify these as like 1980 and up to the current year, which is 2020, so the last 40 years worth of coins are kind of all of a sudden showing up on the marketplace, and they're still being highly desired for some pretty incredible price levels. So we're going to take a look at those today. Furthermore, aside from the coin market just being absolutely blistering hot right now, it seems to me that a lot of the big collectors and registry set participants are unfazed by what's going on right now. You know, they are just continuing on the tradition of what is normally kind of like more of the busier time of the year type of collecting, which is, I would say, probably the holiday season, earlier in the year. Okay, they're just continuing on the tradition throughout the summer, like they did last year. Okay, but even still, this year with the with the virus going on and everything like that, money is still being spent in large numbers, and people are looking for those hobby type outlets to dump their money into. And as a result, we're seeing not only record amounts of various coins from all eras hitting the market at the same time, but we are also seeing better quality stuff coming out in the market too, which is a testament to how the secondary market is treating things right now. Typically, the big companies, the big collectors that want to sell the marquee coins, they usually wait until the fall to list their coins. But we're seeing some of these hit the marketplace in rapid succession. So you're going to want to know exactly what coins are out there that people are paying a lot of money for. Okay, and then finally, we're beginning to see not necessarily the top grade coins catching a lot of money fire. Okay, we're beginning to see coins that are graded a point or two lower beginning to see some upward trending movement, and I got like 3 or 4 of those coins. We're going to go ahead and point those out as well. So before we go ahead and jump into this Monday market report, I got to do my YouTube thing. You hear it all the time. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notifications so that way you get first-hand access to all of the newest uploads as they're made available. I want to thank everyone for joining me, whether it's on the Sunday night or first thing Monday morning before you guys head back to work. I really do appreciate all the support and views. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it with the first coin on the list. And by the way, these are all great collection sales. We don't have any prominent midsummer type large auctions from Heritage or Stax Bowers. There is a currency show coming up by Lynn Knight that maybe might be your thing. But aside from that, you know, usually the big shows had already happened about a month ago. And then at the end of the summer, we have more of the marquee events sometime in August, September, that sort of thing. All right, so the first one to pop up on the good old radar is this 1998 S Lincoln Memorial Cent, an obvious proof struck coin. For those of you that are avid cherry pickers of this type of variety, this is the close AM reverse type, which is more rare than the usual wide AM look for this kind of coin. Now, this is classified as an FS 901 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. Now, of course, you can see the grade Pcgs Proof 70 Red, deep cameo, such a pretty coin, and a coin that, again, like I had said, in the highest possible grades are highly desired and it's reflected on this sale. This one sold for $2,925. Well done. Very beautiful coin. Absolutely amazing frosting on this one. All right, so the second coin that we have here is an unlikely addition to any list. And it's a 1976 Lincoln Memorial cent. Okay, the mid-70s into the 80s are probably a 10-year span where, okay, it's just not as desirable, for the main reason that a lot of these coins had very little going for them in terms of variety. And, there are a few errors in there in the mix on occasion. But the high-grade collecting part of it has gone on pretty much ignored for a good deal of time. And then now people are beginning to take notice in some of these ultra high-end coins that are made specifically for the Lincoln Cent Registry. Okay, so people that assemble the highest grades of these coins are gonna want these. All right, so the 76 is definitely on that short list. Now, it is the highest grade that you could achieve for the date. It's a PCGS Mint State 68 full red, and this one sold for $2,931.75. If I tell you on a different day, back 10, 15 years ago, that the 1976 would sell for almost $3,000, you guys probably think I'm crazy. All right, but there you go. Proof is in the pudding. All right, so what we have here is a really beautiful 1955 doubled die Avers. Traditionally, I don't talk about these because the coin really speaks for itself. It has become a place marker in just ultra high-end rarities. Even in lower grades, this coin easily sells for $1,500 to $3,000 consistently. So what happens when a Mint State 64 red hits the market? Well, you have a lot of active bidders just going at it to own a supreme example of one of the most dramatic varieties in U.S. coins. So this one is worth mentioning that it is part of the Catskill Collection provenance, and this one is a PCGS graded 64 red, sold for $11,272.50. A erstwhile sale, no doubt, and a very deep pockets type coin. More of an investor piece than anything else. All right, so we got another 55. Something a little bit different, not like the usual, but what we have here is another proof coin. Typically, 55 proofs begin to get a little bit tougher. They are a much more expensive set to buy if you're trying to look for a full set. These generally start at about $75 to $80, not like a 56 and up where proof sets of those particular dates are easy to own for around $20 to $25. So the 55, you got to make sure what you're getting, and this one just so happens to be an NGC Proof 69 Cameo, so it's got a little bit of frost. I would say it's not my personal favorite in the frost department, but it is an overall very clean, presentable coin. And this one sold for $1,194.75. All right, jumping into a few nickels. Now, I had mentioned at the beginning of the video that there were a few specific dates of coin where the sub-tier, not quite the high-end coins, but kind of like 1 or 2 point grades down, are beginning to gain a little bit of traction. All right, so the first one on the list is this 1986D Jefferson nickel, which has just textbook album toning. This is a toning that I find quite frequently from coins that were pulled out of earlier Dansko albums or the Blue Bookshelf Whitmans. But this right here is a really nice looking coin. I think because of the toning that might have kind of bumped this one up in the sale category, the ending sale price. But take a look at the grade, PCGS Mint State 66. Full steps, at this particular grade level, there are 42 in existence. Not exactly a small number, so they're out there. 2 finer. Okay, so I believe there's a 66 plus. and a 67 from what I've seen on the pop reports. But even still, this coin right here, where there's quite a few of them out there for the taking, did sell for $765.99. All right, so if you're thinking about sending these out for grading, you gotta just make sure that it hits, kind of like that secondary tier of grades, because these are beginning to get popular. As you know, the top end grades are nowhere to be found. Okay, they're one and done. They were graded, they were purchased some time ago for a registry set, and they are gone for a while till that registry set dissolves. So anyways, there you go. Pretty nice sale on an otherwise common date coin. All right, so the next one right here is the 1982 Philadelphia Jefferson nickel. Again, along these same lines as being kind of that secondary tier as far as grade. This one is a PCGS. Mint State 66 full steps. As far as by the numbers, it's a pop 40. There's 40 at this grade level with 3 finer. 2 66 pluses and 1 67. So there are better looking coins of this date and mint mark out there. But this one sold for $843.75. Proving once again that that secondary tier has some audience to it. So keep that in mind. If you think that you need the absolute highest grade, think again. There are coins like this with a little bit better presentation that are going to be desired on the secondary market. And right now, strike while the iron's hot. All right, so here's one that's atypical. 65 Jefferson nickel. As you can see, the grade is a PCGS green holder. It's what I call a mimic, because PCGS is offering up the original green holder labeling and appearance package for a little bit more of a premium, but you can get it. But it's a Mint State 67, kind of a vanilla grade, doesn't have full steps. Of course, you look at the coin, there are a few little nicks on the highest points. Here on the fields on the reverse, you have a few as well. And then right here as well on Monticello, or Monticello. The steps, the pillar, they all have a few hits on there. But there's a reason why that this coin is on here. Less about the green holder appearance package and more about just owning a coin that is difficult to find. Pretty much in nice shape. But this one right here sold for $1,186.88. This is probably what I would consider to be one of the more surprising coins of the bunch for this week. And then here's another kind of like example of a coin that you could find that you absolutely just don't need the full steps. The coin, again, speaks for itself. It's a 54D over D repunched mint mark variety. This one is an FS 501 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. But this one right here, as you can see, worn down slick steps on the building on the reverse. And it grades out a relatively, kind of like middling, mid-state 65, no full steps. But it's the variety that really kicks this one up a notch. So this one right here sold for $1,237.50. All right, pretty nice coin for the variety enthusiast. All right, believe it or not, this week we have a few dimes. Okay, we have more than one, we have more than two, we got, a few of them. So the first one, much like the 76 Lincoln that we saw at the beginning of the video, is a surprising inclusion. Okay, this is a 76 Roosevelt. Nice grade, NGC Mint State 68. Notice that it doesn't have full torch. So again, for all you grading bugs out there that want to send these things out, again, you don't necessarily need the full torch, but you do need just kind of like the overall clean appearance of the coin. Now this right here has all of the kind of hallmarks of being a coin that came directly out of a U.S. Mint set. Okay, it's got that typical kind of like yellowy haze that comes off of the polyfilm, the bag that the blister that these things were stored in for so long. But there you go. This is a coin that's sold for $653.85. Okay, keeping in mind it's NGC as well. They tend to grade a little bit higher on the scale. just a little bit more liberal in the actual grade that they assign. Excuse me. So we have one of the more difficult dates to find in the Roosevelt Dime series. 51S, always been a tough one. Not only presentation-wise, with the beautiful toning that you see on here, but also with full bands. It's just overall been a tough date. And I've been looking for one of these for a long time that are a little bit more affordable than this bad boy here. Alright, so it is a Mint-State 68 full bands, full torch, whatever you want to call it. It's got a really nice strike on the reverse. The coloring is what really adds the plus premium on these type of investments. This is also a Sunset Collection Part 112 Provenance piece, and this one sold for $2,110.97. It's worth it for someone who collects into what I consider to be one of the more underrated series in U.S. coin collecting, especially for registry sets. We got another dime. This time it's a 47D. I don't think I've ever talked about an early 40s Denver minted Roosevelt. They just don't come up that often in high quality. This one, however, is an NGC Mint-State 68 full torch. Very nice quality coin. A little bit of toning on there. Nothing that I would say would be the focal point of such a coin. But in any event, it sold for $2,769.75. Alright, so much more than that tougher 51S that we saw previously with all of the wild toning. And then finally, we just have an absolutely amazing, beautifully toned Mercury Dime. Again, this is one of the more common dates that you would find for this type. A 43D can be found with full bands in about Mint-State 65 for around $50 or less. Okay, it's an attainable coin if you need one for a BU set. But this one right here has a little bit extra going on. The toning, of course, is a huge plus. But it is also a 67 full split bands coin as well, CAC certified. And this one right here sold for $2,091.38. Absolutely amazing. I love the reverse on this coin. Okay, so we got a few quarters. The first one, of course, the Bicentennial Quarter is always a perennial favorite. Consider it to be one of the earliest forms of a circulation commemorative that you could find out there. But this one is a 76D. Okay, well known for its dual date design on the obverse. The reverse drummer boy has always been kind of like those perennial classics in modern age of coins. But it's the grade that really gets this one. Okay, this is a Pcgs Mint-State 68. It is an all-original, green-holdered coin. This one right here is a Pop 8. Alright, so there's only 8 graded as 68. It's a very desired coin at the highest grade levels. And it's sold for $3,218.62. Continuing on the popularity of such a coin, this is going to be a continuously very valuable coin, and I would imagine one coin that's a grade point lower will still sell for a good chunk of money. So 67. Alright, so this beautifully toned 64 Washington is tops in my book. I saw this coin, I'm like, huh, yeah, it's really attractive. And yeah, it sure does, play the part very well as a PCGS Mint-State 67 Plus CAC certified. This one brought home $4,275. Incredible coin, probably better suited for a registry set. But all in all, because of the appearance of such a coin, this is also considered to be an investment vehicle. It's just really awesome, and this is a coin that's going to age very well. This one right here is a 63D. Now the toning isn't nearly as desired, and this coin is on the list because it is undeniably a registry set specimen. Now this one right here is a PCGS Mint-State 67 CAC certified, and I do apologize. I forgot to put the good old label on the actual image here, but that's what it is. You could double check my work on Great Collections website, but it's also got some of that obverse toning as well. Sold for $2,306.25. All right, so another registry set, but there's something interesting about this coin. It's a 61D Washington. It is graded NGC Mint State 67, but this is an original holder. Okay, so these grades are probably 35 years old, 30 to 35 years old, and back at that point, the big appeal with buying some of these earlier graded original holder coins is they were conservatively graded at that point. Okay, you always felt like, you know what? If I bought this, I have the opportunity to go around and resubmit it, crack it out, and possibly get a 67 plus. That is 100% the usual amount of kind of like desirability with these original holder coins from 30 to 40 years ago. This is one of them. Although I don't know if it's an upgrade candidate. It's probably a 67 all day long, but based on a few little ticks on the highest points of the coin, I would say that's as far as it goes. Now this one right here sold for $2,925. If anything else, it's a great addition to a registry set. All right, so you see the trend here. The registry set stuff is hot. Okay, it's a collection-based system that people are dumping a bunch of money into. And there's no better time of doing it than right now. If you got the coins, make sure that you probably want to try out the market. Okay, so really awesome coin. All right, same with this one. Another obvious registry set type coin, a 60D, made into the hundreds of millions, so it's pretty common out there, even in the highest grades. However, when you have one that is a Mint State 67, that is anything else but typical, the norm. CAC certified. This one sold for $4,387.50. It hardly looks like a coin that should be worth over $4,000. Just because of all of the information I gave you. The high mintage, just like, it's not a gold piece. It's not a $20 double eagle. I'd rather pay $4,000 to buy two of them than I would this. But again, the registry set is a powerful activity for a lot of folks that want to get into it. And the money is just flying around on those. And the last quarter on the list is a 59. Holy crap. Another well-minted coin, not exactly the most attractive-looking toning or originality of it. But, again, we're talking about another high-grade bomb, Pcgs, Mint State 67. CAC certified, and this one sold for $2,180.25. Now, that wraps up the great collections part of it. But there is a coin that just broke wide open, just sold within the last hour, that I wanted to address with you from eBay, and is a coin I have been following along with my constituents on the live Q&A live stream, and it is going to be this doggone 1946 Jefferson nickel that sold for $1,025. So you're going to ask me, what is the 411 on this coin? Take a close look at it because I'm going to show you. All right, so the coin is an obvious, just low ball, kind of disarray, unattractive. If it was anybody else that had this in their pocket, they would probably spend it. And I would probably speak for a lot of you who are looking at this coin for the first time or just saying, oh, that coin sold for $1,000. I would have spent that immediately just because of just how ugly it looks. But I'm here to tell you, this coin right here is the great talking point to one of the most well-known counterfeiters in U.S. coins history. And he goes by the name Henning. You heard me talk about him before. And he has counterfeited a number of coins over the years, during the 50s. Some of the most notable, 1939, I believe, and 1944, which you guys know is a silver wartime nickel date. Obviously, he had produced some coins for that particular date without the mint mark above the dome here on this building, which is a huge red flag. 1946, 1947, along with a few other dates. Okay, and the 44 Silver War date is the most common for the Henning nickel. All right, so one of the kind of like his signature hallmarks that he puts on these coins, because he's crazy like that, is this little loop here on the bottom of the R. This little circular loop. That is his signature. All right, many great counterfeiters, they put a little something on their coins, because their head is way too big for the room that they were residing in. And obviously, they're going to put something on there to let other people know that he did counterfeit it, but you're going to really have to look hard to find and identify this. So this one right here was sold on eBay within the last hour, closed out on a 7-day auction for $1,025. These coins, by the way, are found in change. They are under the radar. Okay, they do weigh a little bit more. Okay, the composition of these coins are different than what a standard nickel is. All right, so they got kind of a mishmash of iron and all sorts of other weird metals that you don't typically see in a Jefferson nickel. But anyways, this is what it looks like. Keep an eye out for that little weird loop in the R. These are still found out there, but this one right here is one of the more tougher dates to identify. And wow, $1,000. Who would have thought that a coin that looked this bad sold for that kind of money? Now, the real thing that you need to know about these coins is that they were made intentionally to look circulated. All right, if a coin is circulated, no one's gonna really pass judgment. Nobody's really gonna notice how badly beat up a nickel is. They're just gonna spend it. All right, it's been reported that he has made tens of thousands of these. But anyways, this is your true Henning nickel. Yeah, and it does have a secondary market. Some of you are going to ask, counterfeit coins should not even appear on the landscape of collectible coins, but contemporary counterfeits have a huge market. Okay, whether it's from 1946 or the mid-1800s. They've existed for years, for decades, and they have their own set of collectors that are paying huge bits of money to own some of these kind of funny looking coins. And currency as well. But anyways, there you go. That's the late breaking news on the eBay front. 1946 Henning counterfeit Jefferson nickel eclipsed $1,000, $1,025 to be exact. And that's going to do it on this edition of the Monday Market Coin Report. I want to thank you guys for watching. Always a pleasure to talk about some of the most prominent coins on the list for the week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell. It's the notification time. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. I want to thank each and every single one of you, wherever you may be on your Monday morning. Be well, be healthy, happy, and safe. Enjoy your week, and enjoy the hobby. I will see you next time. Take care. And as always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together.